Dear students of class 5, I am Mrs. Neha Makkad and in this video we are going to study about the poem Everyone Sang. Now children, let me tell you something about the poem. This poem refers to a group of men, that is the soldiers, who are singing and celebrating the end of the First World War and expressing the feeling of relief and freedom after that. The poet is Siegfried Sassoon, who has served during the First World War as the captain. So he has also expressed his feelings as the poet about the end of the First World War. So firstly I will do the recitation and then I will explain you the poem. Everyone sang by Siegfried Sassoon. Everyone suddenly burst out singing, and I was filled with such delight. As prisoned birds must find in freedom, winging wildly across the white orchards and dark green fields, on and out of sight. Now children, in the first stanza, everyone refers to the soldiers. The soldiers, they suddenly burst out singing. So like we suddenly burst out into laughter or sometimes even cry. The same way the soldiers, they were so happy that they all of a suddenly they bursted out singing. And I was filled with such delight. So the poet Siegfried, he was filled with such a delight. Delight is a feeling, children, of extreme happiness. But here, the extreme happiness is because of the feeling of relief or release from the environment of the First World War. So the soldiers, they were feeling as caged birds. As prison birds means they were feeling like how a bird feels inside a cage and must find in freedom, winging wildly across the white. So this phrase, winging wildly across the white, tells that the birds are actually free. Birds means the soldiers are actually free. And how the bird wheels around, moves around, hovers around the orchards and dark green fields from the air, how it feels above the beautiful country landscape. The same way the soldiers were also feeling that they are free, and orchards refers to the piece of land where the fruits are grown. So how the bird feels when it hovers around, when it wheels around the dark green fields or the orchards, and it moves on and suddenly in the sky you see that the bird is out of sight. The bird has gone away. The same feeling the soldiers were experiencing. So children, this poem is of two stanzas, 5 lines each, and the rhyme scheme is A, B, C, B, B. That means the second, fourth and fifth line rhymes, that is delight, white and sight, it rhymes, and the other 2 lines do not rhyme, that is why they are given A and C. So A, B, C, B, B. So now children, I'll just summarize the entire first stanza, that is the soldiers are feeling extremely happy because of the fact that the war has ended and they are feeling free. After that they are feeling relief and freedom, and they are feeling like how a caged bird is released from the cage, how it feels free. The same way the soldiers are also feeling free, and now they are free to go anywhere and on out of sight, how the bird feels. In the next stanza, children, everyone's voice is suddenly lifted. Lifted means to raise the voice or the sound level. Why is it lifted? Because they have started singing. They have started singing and dancing in the joy of the completion of the war, and beauty came like the setting sun. Now children, beauty here refers to the sound of everyone singing. The sound of the soldiers singing is compared to beauty, and the beauty, how does it appear? It appears like the setting sun. So how the sun sets in the evening, how it looks beautiful, the same way the sound of everyone singing is referred to here as beauty and is also being compared to the setting of the sun in the evening. And the voice of the soldiers is raising, it's lifting, and my heart was shaken with tears and horror drifted away. So now children, the soldiers felt very horrified by the war and its consequences, and seeing the loss of life in the war and the bloodshed, and they also felt like imprisoned birds. But when they started singing, the horror or the terribleness that they felt was drifted away, was taken away, was faded away. Oh, but everyone was a bird and the song was wordless. So every soldier is compared to being a bird and the song was wordless, means there were no words in the song, but yet there was so much happiness in their singing. The song was wordless and the singing will never be done. It means the kind of joy that they felt will never be felt again, because the war has ended, and this feeling of the ending of the war, so this joy will never be felt again. So this singing will never be done again like this, and the feeling of freedom, victory and joy must be celebrated amongst all the soldiers, amongst all of them. So in this stanza children, the voice level is raising of the soldiers, and then the sound of everyone singing is referred to here as beauty, and it is also being compared to the setting of the sun. And earlier the poet's heart was shaken with tears because he was horrified by the war and its consequences and the loss of life. He also felt like a caged bird, but now that has faded away, that horror, that feeling of terribleness has completely gone away. Oh, but everyone was a bird, means earlier they were feeling like imprisoned birds. Now the song is wordless, but there is so much happiness in it that this kind of joy will never be felt again. This singing will be never done again. Thank you, children.